Hi friends, in this session I am going to show the demo of how to handle exceptions in Spring Cloud Stream. There are two flavors we can handle exceptions in Spring Cloud Stream. One is by using application and second one is using system. Application is by creating our own custom logic for handling exception, or second level is by using system by configuring of the dead letter queues, or by using the retry mechanism or dropping the failed messages. So we can handle exception. So in this session I am going to show how to handle exceptions using application. So I am going to create I am using sync to consume messages from that input channel. In application.properties I have created my channel destination name is sample and the group name is group. So by default when you use group name in the application itself, we can able to see in the console like it's creating one error channel naming as sample.group.errors. So if I start my server, we can see it automatically creates error channel. One minute. Let me check the code. Oh, we are throwing run. So if I go here, I can see it's creating error channel. It's creating one error channel, application.error channel. And the channel name is sample.group.errors. So by default it takes the destination.groupname.errors. In case if I change my, currently I will not throw any exceptions. If I change it to my groups, it will be like sample.mygroups.errors. If I restart my server, it creating one error channel and creating one error channel name is sample.mygroup.errors. But if I go to RabbitMQ, it will not be having any queue with that name. It's only in the code we are able to see that channel. So because of that I cannot use stream listener to consume messages from that channel. So what I have to do is I have to use spring integration channel annotation to consume message from this queue. So what I am going to do, I am going to copy this name. It will be destination name dot group name dot errors. So in my consumer I am throwing runtime exception. Whenever I receive message to my sync input, I am throwing my exception. So now I am going to handle that exception. So I am using @service activator. This is spring integration annotation. It takes input channel, that is the channel name. So our channel name is sample.mygroup.groups. So I am going to handle that. Public void handle error. So I am going to get a message. This is error message. I have to add the import statement for this message. It's part of Spring framework messaging. So here I am just printing my message output, whatever there in that error message. So it will be having headers as well as payload. So I'm going to print message.getHeaders. This is headers. Similarly payload. Message.getPayload. Now I'm going to save and I'm going to start my server. So my server is started. I'm going to start my publisher to publish message to that input channel. Or let me go to RabbitMQ and publish some messages. My exchange name is sample. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to publish one message to this. I'm giving test as routing key, because hash, whatever the routing key you have given, it will be sent to the same destination. So I'm going to copy the employee JSON data. It has name, age, salary, address. Name is Ram. Salary. I'm giving some 20,000. I'm just going to publish this message. So now my message is published. If I come to my queue, I should be able to see one message. Sample.micropc is my. See now, if I come to console, I can see my application is first tried. By default, Spring Cloud Stream provides a retry of 3 times. So that's why we are able to see 3 messages coming to our handler handle employee method. After once 3 times are completed, it went to the handle error method. So this is whatever the custom code I have written to handle that exception. It came to that channel through input channel sample.mygroup.error. Whatever the message comes, it picks that message and we are able to print. So whatever the routing key I have given is test, so I'm getting that routing key. My consumer queue name, timestamp, everything was there. And if you see the exception message, we were throwing runtime exception error occurred. So I'm able to see that exception message, everything in my payload. We are not able to use stream listener because we have no dedicated input exchange in our RabbitMQ. That's why I'm not able to use. If I come here in my RabbitMQ, I have no exchange for this error channel, so it was not able to get the message. That's why I'm using Spring integration channel annotations. Example, if I want to send this messages to some other exchange, I can use that output channel. Output channel, I can give the channel name. See, I have currently one exchange called MyErrors, so I will just use my MyErrors exchange. My output channel name is MyError. So to use this output channel, I need to create one interface which will be having this MyError channel created. it should bound to my error channels. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to create one interface, my errors. My errors. I want to publish, so it should be output. We have to use output. spring.cloud.stream integration output. Private message channel. And channel name is my errors. We can give in the name inside @output. If you are not providing, whatever the method name we are giving, it will take that. So I'm going to use default method name. So my errors. So it should not be private. Let me save and let me start my server. So here it should not be void. The handler method should be whatever the message you want to send it to that error channel, output channel. So it should be message, so return message. I'm just passing whatever the message I got to my output channel. We don't know the types. So let me restart. So my server is started. I'll come to my exchange. I'll publish some message. So this time I'm giving error to output channel. Key is error to output channel. Payload I'm giving name alone. So I'm just going to publish this message. So execution. Sorry, I forgot to add it to enable bindings. That's why it is unable to get my errors bean. So let me add it in enable binding. My errors also. Interface also need to be added in the enable binding. Then only Spring Cloud Stream provides implementation for that interface. So my errors dot class. And let me restart. Hope this time it works. So server is started. Let me add some queue to this my error so that it will be there in the queue. I'll create error.queue. Error.queue. So queue name is error.queue. Error.queue. And I'm giving routing key hash. Now I'm coming to my exchange sample and I'm posting some message. Header 1, name, Sam. So I'll publish this message. I'll come to my console and I'll check for the output. So I can see it tried 3 times using default retry logic. And then in the custom exception handler, we are printing both header and payload message. So as I have used output channel, it's trying to create new connection and publishing the message. If I go to my exchange, my errors, I should be able to see the published message. We can see the message. See, if I go to error queue, I can have one message. Whatever we have published, we can able to get that message. So later, if I want to reprocess that message, I can use it and publish. And by default, it is of type application/xjava serialized object. If you see the header, whatever I have passed, will be having. See, a routing key I have given is header 1. So we can convert this message in our Java side while handling this exception. So for audit purpose, we can store these errors in our error channel. See, here I have used service activator. And we know that by default it is destination name dot group name dot errors. In case instead of destination, if I'm not giving any destination name, by default Spring Cloud creates one anonymous 6 characters. That time I cannot use this service activator, because here I have to give the channel name in my input channel in the before itself. That time we don't know what is the dynamic string it's going to create. So that time I cannot use this service activator. And in case if I have multiple channels, I want to do the same error handling. Instead of using service activator with each input channel and providing the same implementation, I can go and use error channel with stream listener. So what I'm going to do, so handle error. So here this is global for all queues. Wherever we got exception, this will be coming to this handle error method. It's not specific to particular input channel. So I can use stream listener. The channel name is error channel. If you see in our logs, every time it says error channel. So I can use this error channel. So here I can use service activator with input channel name is error channel, or stream listener with name error channel. So I'm going to use same code for now. I'm just printing. So I'm going to restart my server. So my server is started. Let me go and publish one message to my queue, sample queue. So this time if I see, my queue name is sample anonymous queue. Because we have not deleted this queue and routing key has, the same message will be delivered to all the queues. I'm going to give the key as test, routing key, name equal to Sita, and I'm going to publish the message. If I come to logs, it will try 3 times using default retry logic. After that, it is coming to our handle error method and trying to print that. The Spring documentation says by default it will try to publish the error message to the corresponding error channel. But there is some issue with the existing code, so it was failing. The Spring Cloud Stream has some issue, so it will not work. If you want to publish message to that queue, we can use the output channel and we can publish, or I can use send to @send to method to publish that method. I have already used my errors, or I can use here errors, and I can set destination for this in my application.properties. So I can set spring.cloud.stream.bindings.error.destination. I need give my errors because my exchange name is my errors. So I can use this property to set my destination name, or I can use in this interface itself, I can give that name, or in the output annotation I can use that name. So now what I am doing in send to, I am giving my my errors, my channel name, that is exchange name. It should not be void. If you are using my, it should be of whatever the message you want to publish to that error channel. So I'm just publishing the same message. So I have to return that, return message. So now I'm going to restart my server. So now if I come and see here in the code, the message will be delivered to this exchange. Now I should be having, my error queue is having 2 error messages. One is using the previous message, and second one is this message. So let me post one more message, my errors. I'll give error 3, routing key is error 3. Name test name, and I'll publish. So by now we should have 3 messages. So I'll come to my exchange. See, we got 3 messages. If I get all 3 messages, third message, my routing key is test name. We are getting whatever the message I have passed, payload, and routing key is error 3. Instead of getting entire data, I was getting only the actual data whatever I have passed in the payload. So thank you friends. These exceptions are like global exceptions. For all the listeners, exception comes, it will be coming here because we are not using specific input error channel. So it is for global. We can create to handle in project, we can create separate error package, and we can add that implementation in that code. Thank you friends. If you like my tutorials, please subscribe to my channel.